Welcome to Watch What Crappens. To get our videos as soon as they're released instead of waiting for a week, head over to our Patreon. That's also where you'll find our bonus episodes and our Discord community. We love you guys.
Hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast about all that crap on Bravo that we just love to talk about. I'm Ben Mandelker, and joining me today, while Ronnie is out, it is one of my favorite fellow podcasters. It's Mr. Eric Williams. Hi, Eric. How are you?
Ben Mandelker, I'm so good and so chuffed to be on one of my favorite podcasts of all time.
Oh my God. Well, I am very flattered. You are doing great things. You are blowing up at all times. You're always doing so much. Eric is the host of That's a Gay Ass Podcast. And well, tell everyone else, just promote away. Tell people where they can find you, what you're working on these days.
I mean, listen, if you are a Bravo girly like I am, then you will enjoy following me on Instagram.com, except you have to be a fan of gay guys because I'm posting a lot of gay guy stuff. I'm at Eric Wills on Instagram, and yeah, my podcast asks the famous question, whose fault is it that you're gay? Ben and Ronnie did it years ago. I'm going to be having you guys back on soon, so look out for an email from me, Benjamin. And there's extended episodes on Substack. So yeah, for the girls who love the gays and for gay guys who like to talk about character actresses and hairy chests.
And I feel like mustaches too. I feel like mustaches are a big recurring theme.
Love a mustache. Yeah, no, I have sort of embraced my mustached harriedness. I used to really hate being a hairy Jewess, but here I am reclaiming my time.
Yeah, and you survived having a million people shit on you for comparing yourself to the dad from Inside Out, and I really admire the way you rode that wave. Twitter all the gays just thrashed you. I was like, this is the most gay thing to happen. I hope you felt flattered by that, because the gayest thing that could happen would be for the entire gay community to be like, fuck you, bitch, you know, and that's what you received.
Well, listen, to give anybody context who has no idea what we're talking about, I posted the Inside Out Dad costume for my Halloween costume. And there's this meme where a lot of people have crushes on the Pixar dads. And there's a meme of the dad from Inside Out with like a bulge in his jeans and like sitting in shorts, like looking kind of horny. And so I thought it would be a fun, lazy Halloween costume. And I made the mistake of posting it to twitter.biz and immediately had people say, how dare you think you look like him? You're too chopped, old, ugly, and balding. And yeah, no, I'll be honest. I ended up being funny for a couple. Actually, no, I'm going to edit that. It started out really funny. And then for a couple of days, once it all ended, I was like, oh, so I'm ugly. But then more time went by and I realized I've gone through too much therapy to let a teenager in Milwaukee make me feel bad about myself. And so that it did end up going full circle. And now it's just fully insane and hilarious. And I'm very much healed. But yeah, it was fucking wild.
You're very handsome. I would like to also add, I think it's that people are crazy. People on the internet are crazy.
And
but yeah, sometimes when you're on the receiving end of like internet hate, you can be as well adjusted as possible. It can be tough. It can be tough, and you have to sort of like really remind yourself, like, okay, these are internet people. It's not.
Wait, like, didn't you just got outed as not coming back on for like what, Summer House? Didn't you have some recent press?
Guys, I was fired. I was fired from Summer House. This is a true story. An article ran on entertainmentnow.com that said, talking about the new cast of Summer House that will be filming this weekend. And they said, among the other people, like, oh, Wes and Amanda are not coming back. Also not returning. Ben Mandelker was not asked to return because he didn't really mix with the rest of the cast. I was like, that's fair. I did not.
And you know what? You were never asked to come back because you were also never cast on the show, but
I wasn't there in the first place. One of the reasons why I did not really connect with the cast was because I was not physically there to connect with them in the
yeah,
first
it's sort of
place.
hard to connect when there's no contract in place. I do like to fantasize, though, if you were on Summer House, I actually think that you would be the voice of reason in that house. They would be so lucky to have you there.
You know, I would love to think I would be the voice of reason. I think instead, I would just everyone who was mad at you about doing the Inside Out, costume. I think it would just like they would be like, okay, we're done with him. Let's go for the new gay guy on TV.
Yeah, what happened to the gay guy? Is it Steven?
Steven was on seasons 1 and 2. He did not come back for season 3. We actually we were friendly with Steven back then, and he was a really nice guy. He came to one of our live shows. I haven't really talked to him in years, but
I hope he's
he has a
well.
hot boyfriend now. I still follow him on Instagram. He has a hot boyfriend now.
Oh,
It looks
so
like
he's
he is on the up
thriving.
and up. He's fine. He's thriving.
Good
But Summer
job,
House
Steven.
is overdue to have a gay again, by the way. I think it's crazy that they
Well,
don't have a gay male.
and not to bring us already into next gen, but I'm starting to really appreciate having gay voices of reason or chaos. And I do think that Summer House the straight men have run it to the ground, and
Yeah.
gays. I'm just happy to be gay, and happy post Pride Month, Ben.
Yeah, exactly. Happy post Pride. We 100% need some gays on Summer House. It's actually crazy. What's actually crazy is that for Bravo, as much of a gay following that Bravo has, is how few gay main cast members there are on Bravo. You have Zach on The Valley. You had Mark Francis on Lays of London, R.I.P. And then none on Summer House. Vanderpump Rules, you had Venus.
Right. And then
I'm
what
talking about
about
just gay men.
Sutton Strack fired her gay, so that was tough.
Yeah, you have some side characters that flitter through, but I don't. I feel now I'm in danger here because now if I don't mention someone, I'm doing erasure. So I'm sure I'm
No,
gonna just have a slot and post
yeah.
production will be like, and also,
And then we'll just move our mouse so we can place in the names we forgot.
yeah,
And
exactly,
we
perfect.
love. And could you ever forget? Yeah, we shout out all of the queers of Bravo and thank you for your service.
Thank you for your work. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you what. Southern Hospitality has solid representation. You have 2 gays on there.
Okay,
2
thank God.
gays. So Michaels and TJ, who I feel like should be on your show at some point, right? Let's just get them on there.
I'm always looking, Ben. So I'm gonna pitch.
Well, today, NextGen New York City, it's back. I love this show. This show is so fun. This show is the show where the inventor of the diagonal wipe comes to celebrate because every transition has like 3 diagonal wipes going on. Did you notice that?
Not only do I notice the diagonal wipes, I also notice how the founder of caption sizes is having a heyday because every caption, every other word is a 15-point font, a 9-point font, a 12-point font. I'm loving the artistic choices, but it's giving wide range.
Yeah, and they even had a moment where there was a flashback while Brooks was talking about his inventory in Texas. They actually recreated the inside of a warehouse and then projected the scene of Brooks and the new guy, I forget, Liam, like on the wall of the warehouse that supposedly had Brooks's inventory. I was like, this is a post-production field day here.
Yeah, I always shout out the editors on these shows, but I know you said it on last week's episode for this. The post-production team is putting in the work. And it's not because the show is bad. Sometimes I feel like they do overboard on editing to like save bad content, but I'm loving this drama. I think it's a return to the form. I think it's like the fights are fast and furious. They're stupid. There's hot people. We'll talk about how we feel about all these people, but
Well, the thing is this, all the overproduction actually feels like it somehow like matches this vibe of being Gen Z in New York City, where there's like overstimulation, text messages everywhere, all these different platforms, group texts, but then you have like billboards and subways and strange people and like pizza and pigeons. And so like all these things are coming at you at once. And so like you have this thing of like things are constantly encroaching on the screen in a way that kind of just matches. Like if this were on Southern Charm, I'd be like, whoa, 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 whoa. I need a long shot with a horse and a carriage coming through.
Exactly. But I also think that it's matching the content of like our conversations on this show are about crypto and AI. And it is, and like some of the verbiage, and not to sound aged, but some of the ways that these young people are speaking is confirming that I'm of a different generation. Like it's all very of the now in a way that I feel old.
But you're very hip because you just made a cameo appearance on or at least you just posted a cameo appearance on a 50 Cent TV show.
I did post that. It happened to have been in 2017, but we'll pretend it was now. Yeah, no, I love to work with the most hippest current recording artists like Curtis Jackson, 50 Cent. Yeah.
Well, we used to have the same agent, and I used to really make it. I triangulated that to be like I was friends with 50 Cent as a result.
Wait, you and 50 Cent had the same agent?
I had the same literary agent, and yeah, I mean, not that 50 Cent is not. I had the same agent, and like the agent he was my agent for like writing scripts and screenplays and everything like that. But he also represents 50 Cent and everything 50 Cent is doing, and so
Gotcha.
I felt for a while that made me friends with 50 Cent. I was basically like Lala. And,
no, it does. It does. I was also just picturing you and 50 Cent in a waiting room auditioning for the same roles. That's sort of where my mind went for a second.
Well, there was a period of time where I was friendly with Method Man, and that is a true story, which is an unexpected twist in my backstory.
The lore of that man goes deep.
Very name droppy backstory, but that's for another time and place. So now here we are. Oh, I started reading the notes for In the City. It takes same city, different show. This is NextGen New York City, and we are still at the party that we left off of last week, where we were in a scandal that has rocked not just Bravo but the larger internet community, which is that Teresa unfollowed Ava, and then Gia claimed that didn't happen and called Ava a liar. And I think we've all had to draw some lines in the sand on this one. It's been divisive. It's been tough. But here we are. We're surviving. Are you surviving, Eric?
You know, I remember when Gia's mom, as they call her, unfollowed me, and it really, really hurt. The fact that they were calling her Gia's mom for a second is insane, as if we're not talking about Teresa herself. I think but again, like, to me, a return to the form of the Housewives is how Ava and Gia start out the episode with this fight. And then it like actually moves pretty fast, which I appreciated.
Yeah, because this whole show moves very fast. And so and I love that this is Ava's big beef. She goes, Gia, of all people, really should know just how devastating it can be in this industry to have somebody like herself calling me a liar. Because earlier in the last episode, she was like, if my own friends call me a liar, what will brands think?
And didn't she at this point have fully like 11,000 followers? And not to say that follower count is anything, but for Ava, listen, delusion is a big part of this industry in this world, and I applaud Ava for having it.
There's gonna be a real-time check of Ava's.
I checked recently. She's now up to like 130 or something. So like because
she should be. There's no reason why she should be that low.
I'm shocked by some of these people's followings on other shows, like some of the Valley people are. It's being on television these days does not equate to followers, but I think Ava is killing it now.
She is. Well, I'm following her. Does she follow me back? I don't think she follows me back. I think we traded some messages after BravoCon because Ronnie and I did the Next Gen. No, she does not follow me back. But that's okay. That's okay. She has 126,000 followers on Instagram, so she's coming up in the world.
Good for her. And now so now she does have to worry about the industry in quotation marks and what people are, because if you're a liar, brands are not going to work with you. And I've always said that.
I'm like, I think you'll be okay.
Brands need to have an honest influencer first and foremost.
First and foremost, we need to make sure that your whatever like dishware you're going to be peddling is like, they're like, we need to have an honest voice behind this, like Caraway home furnishing,
and
or whatever.
You cannot be lying about Gia's mom unfollowing you on Instagram.com.
No. So then everyone's like, oh my God, they're arguing. And Charlie's like, Gia and Ava are beefing right now. So Gia's like, my mom mistakenly unfollowed you. Like, what's the big deal? And she's like, that's not the issue. She's like, well, what is the issue? She goes, I've said it 5 times now. And then Liam's the new guy. He's like, is there beef happening behind me? I'm trying to listen. I really can't put it together. All that beef and such. And they're all like peering in. Like, whoa, are they fighting? Is this really happening? Are they really fighting about Teresa? Um, and basically, as you said, it kind of gets settled quickly because basically they're like, I don't, Gia's like, I don't really have a beef with you. I don't know what this is all about, right? And she's like, I just want an apology, you know?
Yeah.
It's
And
tense.
then they just the whole back and forth. I do love how it's become people are excited by the fact that they are fighting, but no one actually cares enough to know what the real fight is about because spoiler alert, it's about nothing. Gia's mom unfollowed Ava from Charlie. Yeah, I think that's what
Like,
happened.
are they beefing? Is there beef happening behind us? By the way, what do you think about this new guy, Liam? I'd love to hear
Okay,
your thoughts.
well, I listened to last week's Watch What Crappens, and Ben, you said that you felt that there was some caution that needed to be thrown with Liam. I have a problematic crush on him, and that is I am so soaking wet for Liam in a way that makes me question what is he bringing up in me that maybe is not healed, you know?
Is it because he's a volunteer firefighter performatively?
Probably there's a volunteer firefighting element that he does upstate at Lake George. I think you know what it is that he and Brooks being friends is healing in me the like classic straight guy bullies the gay guy, but I think he handles a gay guy really well. Like I even wrote down something that he said, oh, the fact that he could like use the word kiki in a way that wasn't disgusting as a straight man, I thought that there was a power to that. And maybe if I'm being really honest with myself, is that I'm sure that he has kissed a man before and it will happen again, despite him being straight. And maybe I have this like secret wish that maybe it'll be me one day.
Maybe. It could be. I mean, he's got the facial hair, so I know that's like a plus for you, right?
Love,
And
love.
yeah, he's got sort of the Culkin family face, which is
Very
exciting.
much.
I worry that he is performative. I said before his firefighting is performative. I actually don't know that, and people will get mad. They'll be like, "He's saving a community." I just kind of feel like if you're a volunteer firefighter in Lake George, but you live down in Manhattan, I'm not sure how helpful that's always going to be.
Right.
It's
Well,
like
let's
there's a
also call a
fire on
spade.
Route 6. I'll be there in 5 hours.
I'm on my way. Let's call a spade, which is that he is an out of work actor who is filling his time with 12 other hobbies, and he is happy to be on a reality show because he's looking into a camera. Like I'm not blind to the fact that he loves a red blinking light on a camera. However, I do find that there's like a certain effortlessness to it and charm that again, I'm unfortunately admitting it does I feel swept by. I do enjoy it.
Yes, I will say he seems very nice. But I just get the sense that he's a bit of a dilettante and he does like a little bit of everything. So that way he can say he can do a little bit of everything, but he probably talks about everything as if he's like a master of it.
I
And
know,
like
but
it's just
I
too
prefer that to
much.
Charlie. Charlie, like the bar
Oh,
is low for straight men
100%.
on Bravo, and I think these straight men we're seeing sort of like the young version of the Kyle Cooks of the world, and who I know he's also a mensch in many ways, but Liam compared to Charlie, I take Liam any day.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I just feel like I'm suspicious of him. I'm not gonna lie. There's something that I don't know. There's also an element of him where I feel like he is in eighth grade and he is in the school play playing an adult. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but don't you kind of feel like most of these kids are doing that on this show? They're like to see all of these children of housewives be the main part of these shows has been such an out of body experience. Like every time Riley speaks, I'm like, is your mom here to, protect? And but I edit to that. I do think Riley is looking amazing and is great on the show. I also think that I've been very impressed and full transparency. I didn't watch a lot of this first season. I was in and out, and now this new season, I'm fully on board, and I'm in love with Ariana. I think that
Ariana's been great. But you
and
know what I think for me it's like I never there was a movie about Bugsy Malone that I never saw that I think starred like teenagers, like Scott Baio or something like that. And
mhm.
I never saw that movie, but in my mind this show is like that movie.
And I believe you because I also have not seen it. Neither of us have seen that movie, and I think this is just like it. I agree.
I've not seen it, but I'm pretty sure this show
No, it
is
is.
the show where like tweens are playing Bugsy Malone.
Yeah. No, it's very that. It's very that. Yeah, there's it's actually just so many of these characters I am loving. Like Shia has a little bit of Shy has a bit of a charm to him. Gia, I'm shocked to have the parents that she has and to be as well adjusted as she is. I'm like so impressed with her.
I mean, Georgia's my favorite, but like by and large, like I love Georgia. She is so Gen Z to me. She's so hilariously Gen Z. Like everything she says cracks me up. Yes, I'm repulsed by the fact that she doesn't wash her hands and she's like happy to have found someone else who doesn't wash their hands. But
Yeah,
I think she's so funny. And I feel bad to this day because when we were moderating the Next Gen panel at BravoCon, I like somehow like I kind of like, it's not that I panicked, but like for whatever reason, I kind of had this moment where I crazy shaded Georgia to her face because like I had to ask a question that was like, hey, Riley, you didn't like Georgia's club idea. And then for some reason I go, and it was a pretty bad idea. I was totally on your side with that. I mean, it was a shitty idea. I said something like that. And I was like, why did I just do that? Like, why did I just like rail on Georgia out of nowhere while I'm supposed to be moderating? And then afterwards, when we're walking off stage, I turned to her, I said, sorry, I just sort of shaded you out of nowhere. And she goes, I know you did. I said, I'm sorry.
But hey, you apologize, and also it's low stakes because also, don't you think that she is a young character actress? I think Georgia
she
is
really
gonna
could be.
I do also love her energy. Also, not to get too far ahead, but Brooke Shields' daughter, I think is also similarly character actressian, and I'm in love with her.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that development. So we're back in this fight, and Ava has, she's also, by the way, pulled out proof. She has a screenshot of Teresa following her, and then she also has a screenshot of Teresa's profile, which does not say follow back, which also means that Ava unfollowed Teresa, I'd like to point out. But Gia has a great question, which is like, why do you have a screenshot of this? Like, why is this documented in your phone? Who has the time to look at their Instagram notifications like that? Like, she's like, I've got like 1,000 likes and comments every second of the day. Now, I mean, if like a big celebrity follows me, like I for sure will sometimes like take a screenshot and like send to some friends like, oh my God, look.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're Ava and you're on the same show as like Gia and Teresa follows you, I don't know if that's like a screenshot worthy, right?
Well, it's definitely not a like high vibrational move.
Yeah, your mom's Rachel Roy. Like you already have a famous mom, so like.
And why do we care? I know. And then what I do love is the apology happens where Gia's like, "I'm sorry for calling you a liar," and then Ava's like, "See, that's all that I needed." And then Gia immediately starts choking, which I thought was high camp. The thing though that I found to be sort of crazy is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but when Charlie asks who won the fight, which is classic asshole straight dude, Gia goes, I think we mutually won. And then Gia goes, maybe it was AI. Maybe she AI generated that fucking screenshot. Is this our first like AI screenshot storyline? Has AI played a role in like receipts yet?
The closest maybe that we've come has, I think the AI has come up. Well, it was on Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Let's not forget, just recently with Brian and Rula saying that Joellen's evidence is AI. R.I.P. Liz McGraw, by the way, for being on the show. Also, we could even go back to like 2021 or so when on Shaw's of Sunset, when Mike Shoehead had like been rage texting or doing something or another, and when they confronted him, he was like, "These are spoof texts. These aren't even real texts. These are spoof texts." I don't know if you watched Shaw's of Sunset, but
I did. And how funny that now AI slop is the word we use, but back then it was spoof text. It was spoof. It was a spoof
text. The funniest concept. Spoof text. Everything was a spoof text. So Gia's contemplating that maybe that. Also, by the way, the most Judice response to an argument is, I don't know, maybe that was AI. Because I feel like Teresa probably says that a lot.
Well, I mean, it's never their fault, according to the court records, or what they say is that it's never their fault. But yeah, it had to have been someone. Oh yeah, and then Gia says she could have AI'd all of it. I was pregnant last week, which was like question mark, but then they literally show the AI photo of a very realistic pregnant Gia.
Yes, exactly. So Liam's like, and this is a night out with the team. Drama, tea, gossip, the usual. So there's a lot of stuff happening here because it's a party. So a lot of people are talking, etc. So then early in the evening, we see Liam is saying how he likes Ariana. And we see how earlier in the evening, Ariana and Liam are talking. And Ariana's like, I've got 2 dogs. And Liam's like, wait, you've got 2 pups? I volunteer at shelters every now and then. I mean, this guy.
And she goes, oh,
I love the
cool,
I
that's
volunteer every
awesome.
now and then. She's like not impressed. But of course, this guy has volunteered at shelters. Like I feel like everything he does is purely for these moments at the parties to say he did something.
Are you about to, after this recording, make me lose my crush for Liam? Because now
I'm working on it.
well, you are making a good. I don't know. I don't know why it takes. Because like, yeah, of course you volunteer at shelters because you love animals. But now I'm like, oh, is it just because you want to say to a hot girl that? But I do appreciate that Ariana is actually trying to break up with fucking Hudson because sorry, I think he's a derp. Sorry.
He is a derp. He's a big derp. He's a big derp. I do love his commitment to Fortune Feimster's hairstyle. I think that's great.
Shout out. Shout out.
Shout out. By the way, I think with your crush, I think I'd just like to see your crush transfer over to Shy. I feel like Shy is much more crush worthy.
Shy is really, really cute. You know, Shy. Well, actually, I can admit why I have a problematic crush because I tend to go for the guys who would have bullied me in high school in terms of crush. And then my husband goes for like more nerdy vibes, character actor vibes, which is obviously what I am. And so I think Shy is like a little charactery sweet, and I have unprocessed trauma, which is why I'm not crushing on him. So that's on me.
So you have to go to Liam. So you think that Liam would have beat you up in high school?
No, he would have been a third camp, which is he would have been nice to me.
Yes,
and we would have done a production of Oklahoma together, and then I would have confused his kindness to maybe him having a crush, and then I would listen to the cast recording of the last 5 years and would weep thinking about Liam and I's future, when in reality he just thought I was the nice gay guy who helped him with his math homework.
And it turns out Liam was just a girl who could say no.
And I was the Gertie laughing away my sad single life.
You're like, I'm the cowman. You are the farmer.
The farmer and the cowman can only be friends and nothing more.
The song, truly, all this time we thought it was a song about unity, but it's actually a song about friend zones.
Friend zones, yeah.
That, by the way, that is such a amazing specific call, because actually what I really see, I see Liam as he went to, I don't know if, I forget what school he said he went to, but I see him going to Dalton. And
yeah.
Right? In Manhattan.
Dalton,
and,
or all these kids went to the Daltons or the professional school.
You think he went to like LaGuardia Professional School for the children? For the arts of the children?
No, because Liam's parents didn't want Liam to be famous, but so Liam went to Dalton, but then he graduated from Dalton, graduated from BU or wherever, and then said, fuck you, mom and dad, I'm still going to be on reality television. And look at him now.
I'm going to say he did, even though we have full access to what his academic history is.
Right.
I'm still, my image of him is that he did freshman and sophomore year at Dalton. And then he transferred to either Hotchkiss or Choate.
Wait, why are you so up in the Manhattan professional school? How do you, I only know it's because I went. Oh, okay.
I'm from the Northeast. I'm from New York.
I never knew this. I went to NYU, where I'm from Missouri, so I didn't know any of this. When I went to NYU, I met people who went to those schools or became friends with them, and I've learned since then. It's the next gen world. It
is the next gen world. I'm like getting more and more specific. He would take the Merritt Parkway up to. So I see that, but I think your call about him being in Oklahoma is actually so accurate. Like I totally see him being the guy who was like the big man on campus in the drama section of the class, and like he was the lead. and everyone just wanted to be around him. He was the lead on stage. He was the lead backstage, like at the cast party afterwards. Like everyone wants to hang out with him and everything. But like overall, in terms of the entire class, he's like not as cool as like the jocks. But
Yeah,
he can interface with them. He can interface with them.
Well, because he runs track. And so he
Mm-hmm.
knows a few of the athletes, but he's a big fish in the small pond of theater, which gives him
Yes.
the confidence to be able to not be devastated to be in the lunchroom.
Right. Because there's always those big fish in the theater groups that were always talking about the shit that they do. They're always like, oh
Exactly.
yeah, I volunteer. Oh yeah, I just saw Les Mis.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just saw whatever.
And
you
then
know?
gay guys like me would be like, what did you think of the Jean Valjean? And then he'd be nice to me, and then I would do unspeakable things in the shower thinking about that conversation.
If people listening are like, you guys have veered away from recapping and are just now starting to just go into like your childhood, the answer is yes, we are.
And you know what? You're welcome for hearing two gay guys talk about their trauma.
So back to the show. Liam's talking to Gia, and she's announces that she's gonna freak out, and he's like, "Oh, sorry." So sometimes it's hard to come back to the recap because the snippets of conversation actually are so inconsequential. But
Yeah.
Ariana, it's like, in
Okay,
case
I'm
you're
sorry.
wondering.
Okay. I need to sit down. Nothing. Okay. Um,
So Ariana is she's showing Hudson she has like a tattoo, and she's like she's gonna be I guess she's gonna be taking some of it off. She's gonna be doing some tattoo removal soon. And Hudson is telling us that he thinks that he and Ariana are gonna wind up back together. Mainly because he is like the heir to a billionaire, and Ariana's got Kim, who's like probably saying like, you better get with him. You
Yeah,
better get back with him.
this is your we need this dowry.
I know. This is like Kim Zolciak Bennett over there. It's like, you better
Truly.
get yourself married.
Isn't it wild though that Ariana did say to Hudson, you can't get rid of red ink, so when you meet your wife, she's going to see that I'm still on there. To me, that's like telling him that they're actually broken up, but I feel like deep down Hudson definitely wants to get back with her, but Ariana, I'm hopeful that she'll actually leave him behind for good.
I hope so, because I think that Hudson's pivot towards Charlie is really shitty. Like, it's shitty, it's stupid. Like, Charlie just wants your money and wants access to your money. Like, you're just actually falling right into a very obvious trap. And the fact that you have that bad judgment when you've had clear warning signs shows that you're not ready for the city. You're not ready.
No,
You're not ready
and
to be young and wealthy.
and don't fuck up another generation of Biermans. Like let's
Yeah.
like if you don't have the judgment to like find a good guy friend that's not gonna take all your money for a stupid club, $1 million. Also, how old is Hudson? These people are too young to be dealing with that level of finances, I think.
This is again, and this actually maybe a better comparison than a Bugsy movie that I've never seen is Gossip Girl, where you had, when they graduated high school, the writers didn't really know what to do with them. So you had like storylines where Chuck Bass was running a hotel, and you're like, but he's 20. But like,
Right.
that's kind of the vibe I get from Hudson, is like a poorly written storyline on Gossip Girl.
Right. And then the thing that affirms that is how there's this like 1994 idea of all the men having ownership over the women and who they are allowed to talk to, because that's something that I have found to be very backwards watching this as somebody who is not around too many straight couples these days. They cut to Hudson and Liam together, and then Hudson going, I'm going to go into some boundaries here. And then Liam has to be like, yo, I'm not trying to have sex with your. And then Hudson like,
volunteer firefighting,
Yeah, I'm not a dick.
go
I
Lake George.
volunteer to save the Lake Georgian cats. But I think that it's the same thing with Georgia. There's all of a sudden like her boyfriend's not allowed to talk to Charlie too. I'm like, God forbid we're in a relationship with trust. None of these people trust their partners or ex-partners to live their own fucking lives.
I think it's a little different because in this situation, you have Liam who's just trying to may I say the word Mac on Ariana.
Say that.
And Hudson comes over and is like, bro, that's my girl. And it's like, you guys are broken up, and he didn't have a pre-existing relationship with you, so there's not really a bro code that's at play here. So you're overstepping. But I think it's okay for Georgia to be like, listen, what's his name? Prez. We're gonna get to. I think his name is Prez, right? Praz. It's not Praz, the rapper. She's dating Praz, guys. It's big news.
Oh yeah,
Prof. We're gonna get to it. I forgot his name, but she's basically like, hey, don't talk to Charlie. Don't get lured in because he's toxic, he's bad, and he's shitty to me. We are not doing this. It's like your obligation to me right now in the relationship that we're in. You can't do that. But I think the Hudson kind of being like, she's my lady, and she's gonna come back to me. She's eventually gonna come back to me. No means yes. That's like not the vibe I like.
Yeah, don't love no means yes. Like y'all broke up. If she wants to get dicked down by a volunteer firefighter, then let it be.
Someone who was on Nickelodeon once. Do we know his credits, by the way? Do we know what
Law and Order and Nickelodeon are the only things they've really said concretely, and then he did not get cast in Heat of Rivalry. And
yes. Do you think that Liam had a lot of performative Knicks social media posts earlier in June, like I did?
Performative Knicks? Oh, like New York Knicks?
New York Knicks. It's the basketball team.
No, thank you. I'm caught up now. Wait.
So there's this team.
No, let's go back. Okay, the sport of basketball. You know what? Never mind. Greeks. You know what? Wait. I'm more curious about your relationship to performative posting about the Knicks. Were you?
It actually wasn't performative. When I was in high school, I got really into basketball. I got really into the Knicks. I was obsessed. I watched every game. Like I listened to games on the radio. I was fully in it. I would go to games, and then they lost the championship in 1994, and I was devastated because at that time, my dad's a lawyer, but he would often do work with City Hall, and if the Knicks had won, the whole ticker tape thing that we just saw on TV like 2 weeks ago, that would have happened in 1994. And I was going to be able to go to like the party that was going to celebrate the Knicks, and I would have been able to meet all of my heroes. And then the Knicks, they lost, so I did not get to go, and I was crushed. And the consolation was my dad was like, well, the gay games are happening, and there's a reception at Gracie Mansion. So I went to a reception for the gay games in 1994. And I saw Greg Louganis there, and I was like, "This is fun," but I wanted to see the New York Knicks instead, like internally. But I didn't complain. But I was like, "Okay."
Were you out at this point?
No, but I think that maybe my dad had an inkling.
But there are like
to the gay games.
You know, just an idea. The gay games. Okay. I mean, like,
I just was happy to be around anyone that was famous. Let's be honest. And so, but the point is, so when the Knicks won last month, I was very happy because it was like, as a child, I loved the Knicks so much. And while I have fallen out of basketball a bit, I still have always rooted for the Knicks. I've always been happy for them. So I did put up like posts in support of the Knicks, but I felt like I can imagine Liam being all of a sudden super over the top about the Knicks on his social media when he never was before. That's what the point of this whole story was.
And you did a great full circle. And I want to say that I'm so happy for you and the Knicks. And I was genuinely happy to see how happy New Yorkers were, as it is one of the toughest places to live unless you are a dash. I know Ava's dad went bankrupt, so it must be hard for him too. But if you have a lot of money in New York, it's very fun and easy to live there. Otherwise, something as happy as the Knicks winning can really turn your week around. And I'm happy for you all, Ben. I really am.
Thank you. And, you know, he probably had Knicks stuff up and was just happy like the rest of us were. But I'm just like not giving him an inch on this episode. I'm getting myself entrenched. And so now like everything is like going to be something I'm going to litigate.
No, I like your anger towards Liam.
I know. I don't know why I'm getting so angry. I think I'm feeling things. So, but anyway, regardless of how I feel about Liam, I do think he is entitled to be able to have a conversation with Ariana, and Ariana is entitled to talk with him. And we don't need Hudson coming around saying like, oh, you can't talk to her, you know? So there was, and especially it's surprising. Well, I guess they also bring up a flashback to last year when Hudson also like put the kibosh on Charlie talking to Ariana. But I guess at that point, Hudson and Ariana were together, so it made a little bit more sense, you know.
Flashback, yeah, because well, again, it's this ownership of like people not trusting their partners. I think it's fully, and I know it's probably what happens when you're in your early 20s, but like if your partner's going to cheat on you, then you break up, but you have to be in a relationship and trust that they won't. That's what a relationship is. Trust that they're not going to cheat on you.
Yeah. So then Shy's got to leave, guys. So he's saying goodbye to Ariana, and he's like, like maybe I'll talk to you later. And she's like, yeah, come on by. You guys see my new place. I've got organizers coming. So I mean, if that's not going to just get the masses at your doorstep, I don't know what. But he's like, wait, am I even allowed to talk to you right now? And Shy tells us Hudson's always been protective of Ariana. Like last summer, Hudson got upset with me for like texting Ariana, and he was like, if you want to talk with her, you got to go through me. Which is like, that's crazy. By the way, you got to go through me. Just to
fully
text her?
Insane. And then the producer being like, so wait, did you stop texting her individually? He's like, I mean, after he said that, I definitely stopped texting her as much individually, which is crush worthy of Shy, because he is what? Respecting a boundary. And that is, so he is deserved of a crush. But then he says, I stopped texting her as much, and then immediately you see him text her, we're on our way, just giving you the heads up. Shy puts his heart on his sleeve, and she just like, thanks, Shy. Yeah. Ariana's like,
he loves from afar. He loves from afar. He also can't really stay still in his seat. I noticed he moves around a lot in his interview. He really needs to learn how to keep it together,
Yeah.
So but Shy is excited because he says that Ariana said she'd be bringing her sister tonight, which is also funny because if we're saying things like Gia's mom, are we also going to put some respect on Brielle's name, not just call her the sister?
Yeah, but also when he said about Riley, I didn't know who you were, and then when they do the flashback scene, and Shy's like, yeah, so Riley's mom was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's like, do you not know a single famous person's name? Show some respect. Brielle is capital B, Brielle.
Yeah. Just think of one of your favorite cheeses and one of your favorite magazines come together and make a beautiful young lady. Brielle.
Oh, wow. So, well said.
Thank you. It's like the spirit of Josie and France's finest product, dairy product. So Brooke starts talking to Ava about her WikiFeet, and he's like, your WikiFeet is like insane. She's like, what? Is that a brand? Do they know that I'm not a liar? And he's like, yeah, it's like insane. It's like people like screenshot your feed and then just like post it. It's like, wow, it's amazing.
And then he goes, oh my God, it's you and Pilates. I literally can't breathe.
She goes like, I'm dealing with my feet out. I'm dealing with a fucking liar.
Oh my God, I just looked at Gia. Gia has a lot. This WikiFeet thing is fully insane. I cannot believe that. And as someone who like lusts after men on the internet via a podcast, I, for whatever reason, think the feet is going a little far. But listen, y'all have your kinks, feet girls, and I support your truth. But 4.99 for Ariana's feet, like I'm sure her feet are gorgeous, but I've never feet aren't my thing. Feet aren't my thing.
I don't. Feet are not. I love a foot massage.
Of course,
but like I don't get the feet thing either. I also don't know the difference between like a 5.0. I'm assuming 5 is the highest.
Right.
It sort of sounds like we're.
I hope it's not out of 10.
Jeez, Ariana.
She only got a 5 out of 10. It's just I'm not if any hot person's posting a photo and their feet happen to be in it, my 2 fingers are not zooming in towards the feet first. Like that's my truth.
I did just ask Google, what is the scale for WikiFeet? It says WikiFeet uses a 1 to 5 star rating system to score celebrity feet calculated from user ratings and a proprietary algorithm designed to prevent result tampering. So I'm glad that this is being given the gravity that it demands.
Proprietary. They really sharks.
It's good to know that there was no tampering to get Ariana to that 4.99 rating.
Yeah, we know that's a full legitimate 4.99. But then when they go back to the bar with Ariana and Hudson, and he is again trying to show that he owns her and like hold her hands. Please stop. I don't want to hold hands. I don't want to backtrack from this. Good for you, Ariana. Keep this derpy derp off of you.
It can spread. Okay, derp is like one of the most contagious diseases.
Listen,
So
I've had a lot of viral situations over here, and derp is not something you want to catch.
Almost.
Yeah, it's incurable.
It's almost incurable. So he's like, yeah, it's just very difficult for me to like not want to hold you and kiss you and touch you and be around you all the time. I'm like, well, that's fine, but you're not entitled to it. Like, just because you want it doesn't mean you automatically get it. And she's like, but I wanted you to do that for like a year, and you didn't want to do that, and you didn't want to touch me, and you didn't want to kiss me, and you didn't want to do all these things. It's just so frustrating. It makes me upset because it's like, now you want to do it. And she says that like she gave an ultimatum last year. She's like, you have 1 year to get your shit together, like, because she's like, I come home every day and you're always in the same spot every day. I was like, go to the gym, like you eat shit, eat better, like feel better, do more things. And she's like, I realized I was trying to change someone that couldn't be changed, which I think she may be the first person on Bravo to realize that you can't change people. Because really, these Bravo shows seem to be about people constantly trying to change people and failing over and over again.
I agree. And you know what? It's giving emotional intelligence. And Ariana, I don't know if she has a good therapist. I don't know what happened for her to get to be this way, but that is a smart cookie. And then, of course, the opposite of her, Charlie walks in. He goes, sorry to interrupt. I'm going to slide. Is that what people say? I'm going to slide? Anywho, you good? Hudson, yeah, I'm straight.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, because when he said that, I was also like, I'm gonna slide. I don't know why. Like, is this
of the cha-cha variety?
Is it electric?
Well, now you sound old, but like electric cha-cha, it's all very aged. Sorry, I'm gonna start using I'm gonna slide now and see if I can. Hey, fellow kids, fellow students, see if I can fit in with the youngins.
I got a slide. I'm gonna go to my accountant. So yeah, I'm sorry. You were gonna say something else about this whole situation here with Charlie interrupting and said
no. Well, basically, no. I think, I think Ariana is in a tough situation because she is trying to be broken up from her derp. Can be kind of nice enough to Charlie, but also keep Charlie away from the derp that she did once love and probably still loves a bit. And then Hudson goes, I love you, and then hugs her and they say bye. It's like, Jesus Christ. But can we talk about Brielle and Ariana's conversation? Because this nearly brought a tear to my eye when Ariana, or when Ariana's like, I don't know how to handle the situation. Brielle's like, I know you're overwhelmed. I understand. And then when Ariana says, I've like literally loved you so long, and I just feel like a bitch because I'm just like, no, please stop touching me. And then Brielle, for her to say, let me tell you something, Ariel. Let me tell you something. You're never a bitch for choosing you. You made the right call for the first time in your entire fucking life. You chose Ariana. You're never fucking chosen you, Ariana. Stick with you. It's like giving Academy Award winning monologue with full on orchestra underneath. And it made me almost teary eyed to think about these two sisters, what they've been through. And again, how much like sense they're saying when they're talking about the derp.
Yeah, like if I casted this movie, it'd be 1987, and it was like Jamie Gertz talking to Ali Sheedy, and I just feel like it was a beautiful moment, and I just can't believe how well these two daughters are doing after they like made it out of the Zolciak chaos machine.
And well, and then speaking of their machine, then over to the Judice machine, where then Gia's all of a sudden like, this is how I feel like with my sister. I'm gonna cry. It's like, yeah, because you've all trauma bonded. That's called you've all seen war in your homes.
I know, truly. And then Ariana's like, and you know what I want for my birthday? To not say his name, which, by the way, that's a great line. That could be in the trailer for it. This is like, now I'm getting vibes of like those movies that came out around, what was it like? What was that movie with like John Bon Jovi and Kathleen Turner? Was there? There was a movie like that, wasn't there?
I have to watch whatever that Dirty Dancing 12.
What was it? There was some. There was like a string of like the late 90s. There was like there's a string of like really like bad rom-coms that it was like Under the Tuscan Sun,
Yeah.
Hope Floats, all these things. But I could have sworn there was one with Kathleen Turner and John Bon Jovi. Sometimes the casting directors, in retrospect, you say, you know what, you were up to something really great there.
Yeah, it's like
I'm gonna
a
go
gay
back.
Mad Lib.
Was there a movie with John Bon Jovi and Kathleen Turner? And yes, it was called Moonlight and Valentino.
Oh, the classic Moonlight in Valentino and Valentino.
Moonlight and Valentino. In the movie, Turner plays Alberta, one of the eccentric friends supporting a recently widowed woman, while John Bon Jovi appears as a handsome house painter, which is more or less
that is good casting.
that. It's Elizabeth Perkins, Gwyneth Paltrow, Kathleen Turner, and Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh my God. Wait, this is like of my dreams. Whoopi is like my number one. And I'm going to be watching this movie and reporting back. Thank you for that.
The movie poster is a small picture. It's a small picture of Elizabeth Perkins, Gwyneth Paltrow, Kathleen Turner, and Whoopi Goldberg, and then a very large presentation of 4 pears.
The fruit?
The fruit.
And do we surmise that Jan Bon Jovi is painting these pears? This is.
He is a painter. He's like a house painter, but he actually secretly yearns to be a painter. Maybe that's
still painter. Maybe that's still, yeah.
Still life. They're all stagnant, and it's about going from still life to like life.
And well done, beautiful.
I can't wait to see this movie someday. Okay, so pivoting out of that, why were we even talking? Oh, Brielle and Ariana. This great moments, great lines here. And so Ariana saying, "I'm so tired of talking about him. I just want to go home." So now it's a new day, and we are seeing text messages. Liam is texting Brooks, and he's like, "How you feeling this morning, cowboy?" And he's like, "I want to die. I hate whiskey." He's like, "Yeah, thanks for having us. Kendall and Jackson liked you guys a lot." So Liam has these 2 friends that I feel like he's trying to bring onto the show, but they're not allowing them on the show because Liam himself is new. So they're like bridging.
Right.
Maybe like next season, Kendall and Jackson get to come on the show. But Jackson has a big update, which is he says, "My family has a house in Martha's Vineyard, and that's where I learned how to swim. But now it's just full of great white sharks."
And then talk about the post-production team. They do a full graphic of Brooks looking at his shark tracker. It was, I'll be honest with you, when my 10 milligram edible had hit by this point, I was like, wait, Brooks has a shark tracker? Because this new guy, it a little bit went over my head, if I'm being honest.
Because last season Brooks had a shark tracker, and so this is like this is a callback to a recurring joke that wasn't really that funny last year.
See. Okay. Well, yeah, it really was a quick shark Passover moment, because then Brooks then, I do like, this is like the really good housewife drama, which is Brooks texting Ariana, "Wait, before I forget, apparently last night Hudson told Liam that you're his girl and to not flirt with you or something." Ariana, what the fuck? And then we get to touch in on this with Ariana and Gia, which is, I think, delicious.
Yeah, we head over to Ariana's apartment, and she's offering some chicken sausage to Gia. I'm assuming Gia spent the night because we know she lives in Jersey. She moved closer to the city, but she's still like, there was no way she was taking that PATH train back last night.
She's not crossing state lines. But then when she says to Ariana about the chicken sausage, "No, my stomach's concaving," I'm like, what is that code for? Because in my house, it could be diarrhea or something else. But and then Gia goes, "That coffee didn't do anything for me." I'm like, so is it constipation? Anywho, we don't need to know.
We want to know specifically what Gia's going through this morning. We want to know what sort of sounds we should prepare to hear.
What gastro sounds are we missing out on? Is something that, as a Jew, I need to get clued into. But then,
well, do you need ginger ale or do you need toast?
Do you need ginger ale or do you need the brat diet? Yeah, exactly.
The brat diet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the brat diet. I love the brat diet. I love remembering what the brat diet is: bread, rice, applesauce. No, bananas, rice, applesauce,
toast. Yeah.
It's a great
but
diet.
love a ginger ale myself. And
Yeah.
and I also love how Gia is so comfortable on the camera, because a different part of me would have thought that Gia going, I had anxiety this morning because of Ava Dash, would have been just for the show. But no, Gia actually is only going to say what she's actually pissed about. And that is why this cast is actually good, because they actually hate each other.
Yeah. Gia's like, Ava, she just wants her name cleared because she's nervous about her image. Like, she fucking killed my vibe last night. I love how that killed Gia's vibe, that stupid conversation. And Ariana's like, but if it makes you feel any better, we can talk about Hudson. So anyway, let's talk about Hudson. Just completely moves off of what Gia was trying to talk about.
Yeah.
She's like,
yeah, he was a lot last night.
Yeah, Brooks told me that Hudson went up to Liam and said, by the way, Ariana's my girl. So if you want to be cool with me, I suggest that you don't do this, whatever. And Gia's like, I'm fucking over it. So now we go over to Liam, who of course has an espresso machine in his apartment.
I just picture him making me my espresso when I wake up. I'm in the covers, but it's
Okay,
touching.
Sabrina.
It's covering my nipples because I want to be decent. Don't look at my goodies. And then Liam goes, I'm just going straight espresso. I will say this is the second I will say. Last night was crazy. It was fucking nuts. And then Liam is texting Kendall, who again, new girl that we are going to get to know allegedly. Hey guys, meet at Lyndon's at 2. Which then Liam says, I'm Brooks's friend, but I'm new to hanging out with all these people, so I was just trying to get the lay of the land. This feels like a sloppy way to introduce these new people. Am I right?
I think he's just saying his whole thing is I guess maybe are they setting up the reason why I'm not hanging out with other cast members right now is because I don't really know anyone. I'm not really sure why he said it, to be honest. Yeah. But I just want to circle back to say that that he talks about espresso a lot. He's like, oh, actually the best espresso is actually a blend of Sumatran and Ethiopian. It's actually really great. I can actually do my own espresso. I actually know how to do the tamp. Yeah. Just saying, we know that's a nuance to Liam.
Not only do I know that, Ben, but I know that he also talks about beer that way, and that does again make me away from my crush a little more. So you're doing well.
We know he talks about espresso with authority.
And craft beer and orange wine and all of that
orange
shit.
wine. Definitely orange wine. And he also probably talks specifically about, I feel like he probably talks about Asian food as well. Korean
with
food.
An authority that makes you think, what makes you think you have the smarts or the connection to this culture?
Yes. Like, oh, you know what I love? I love a kimchi pancake, and everyone's like, wow. I think, by the way, I'm starting to veer into describing myself because I definitely was a judge for the Southwest Regional Barista Competition, and I definitely did that purely so that way I could say to people I was a judge at the Southwest Regional Barista Competition. That was 2000.
Hey, and look at you now, saying it on the pod, and you know what? Dreams come true.
I'm Liam. So he's gonna hang out with Kendall and Jackson, which I feel like when Kendall and Jackson are together, they sound like a winery.
Kendall and Jackson.
Right, doesn't Kendall Jackson sound like a wine you would get at a $9.99 price point?
Oh yeah, I can see the label, and guess what? I am buying it straight from the fridge because I don't know wine.
I am bringing it as a gift. I'm like, here's some Kendall Jackson. I hear it's really great.
And I also hear it's $9.99, which is why I purchased it.
It's like that blue Prosecco that people always bring to everything. You all know the bottle. What's that called? I forget what the name of that brand is. So they're gonna go meet now for some sort of brunch, and we see Liam on his motorcycle, and of course, I might as well just say he's riding his of course.
Yep.
Because he's on a motorcycle, and he meets up with Jackson and Kendall. And he says, yeah, me and Jackson, we've been in the same school since 6th grade, and Kendall's my longest girlfriend, who is a girl, Fred who's a girl. We're not dating. And we've seen each chapter of everyone's life evolve. Like, for instance, when Jackson first learned how to swim, and now he can't swim because of sharks. I've seen all of it. I've seen every stage of his development.
I have nothing to add because I don't know these people.
Yeah, they are just like, they're like nice supporting people. And Liam
Yeah.
is like, he's saying how like Hudson came up to him and was like, here's some ground rules, here's some boundaries. And he's like, bro, I'm not on Love Island. Like, I'm just here to like make some friends, hang out, do my thing as a volunteer firefighter slash animal volunteer slash espresso enthusiast would slash someone who's on Law and Order.
And then Kendall's like, I mean, to be fair, dating someone for 3 years, over 10 years is really intense. Which, by the way, she actually says 7 years is a long time. But then when Ariana describes it, they said they dated for 3 years, over 10 years. I'm like, so that means you dated every other month? How does that work?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then here comes Liam with his line. This is a very rehearsed line where he says, you know, I'm not dating anybody, but I've lived in New York my whole life, which means I've dated in New York my whole life. And dating in New York is a drug addiction because no matter how bad you know it is, you just keep on doing it. Unless you're in Lake George, in which case you're dating in Lake George. Different kind of addiction.
And I thought his addiction, dating in New York, was he needs attention constantly. And so he gets a girl wrapped up in his little finger. And then when she's obsessed with him, he drives away on his motorcycle, finds the next girl, gets her obsessed with him, and then keeps it moving. And now he'll be single at 50 doing the same thing. But again, I thought this, I just yes,
I'm killing it for you. I'm sorry.
You're really
I feel bad.
No, don't feel bad. I just like when he said I'm not on Love Island, I was like, God, he's hilarious. I thought it was when I was watching it, I was like, damn, this guy's charming. And now it goes to show you how much I want Ben Manliker to like me. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, fuck him. I don't dislike him. I just dislike the pretenses that I feel like he's putting before us. I want to clear that away. I want to clear that away, and then I can like him purely.
The pretense.
You know,
well, then when the producer goes, so do you have like a particular like type? And then he goes so quickly, brunettes from Atlanta. I'm sorry, that's a bit of a big dick energy thing to say. Like, I like that he has his eyes set on Ariana, and maybe it's because I like that he is carving out a space for himself on this show. I think it's a smart move as a reality show person.
He's also setting himself up for a rivalry with Shai, because Shai has also expressed interest in Ariana, so that's good too.
Very good.
And Liam explains that he was like sitting on a stool and Hudson was just like standing up, and he's like, and he wants to like sit on the stool, and he's like looking for a napkin, and like he's like looking for a napkin, and there's like a little bit of water on the stool, so I grabbed a bar napkin and I wiped it off, and he's like, thanks, man, and he goes, these pants are $5,000, and I was like, cool. Now I like this messy little anecdote from Liam. Like, give me more of this. Give me a random specific thing that happened that ends with him like shading someone else on the cast.
And shading Hudson for being like a derpy rich kid who has to brag about his $5,000 pants. When I make my millions, I will not be wearing $5,000 pants. Sorry. And I'm not going to tell someone about it either if I do.
It's called quiet luxury.
Hello.
Right? And I also was happy that Liam took us on this journey about sitting on a stool, looking for a napkin, finding a napkin, and then there was some water, and then using the napkin to clean up the water. I was glad that actually led to a shady payoff, because I was worried that we were going on a journey that was going to really just sort of end where it started, which is a dry stool.
You know, my eyes did start to glaze when I heard about napkins, but I snapped too when I heard about the pants.
So Ariana's saying she starts talking about how Hudson will always have a special place, but she just gets nervous with him and Charlie, and how Charlie was like started to reach out to Hudson throughout the summer, and they would like talk on the phone for an hour, and Hudson would be like, you know, this guy's fucking crazy, like shut up, this guy. But then like Charlie asked like Hudson to invest in a club, and Hudson was like, what? That's crazy. No, this guy's a loser. But then all of a sudden, now that they're broken up, suddenly Hudson's hanging out with Charlie.
Which, surprise, surprise, Charlie keeps stealing all these girls' guys, which is sort of queer coded in a way, I guess. But not.
There is something. I don't know, like something about the way that Charlie has cozied up to Omar and to Hudson. I mean, admittedly, both these guys. I don't think Omar has money though. I think Hudson has money. Omar is just like a guy in a tie who is like acts like he's around money, but I'm not sure
So
he has
Charlie
money
just
either.
has daddy issues. Well, get in line. Because then
I
they
feel
flash
like,
back.
yeah,
No, you go.
that was well. I was just gonna surmise that Omar has the plan for the scam, and Charlie is the connector, and Hudson is the money, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, that makes sense. Which, by the way, I read a little bit about Charlie's scandal from last year, and it is no bueno. Like, I didn't like. Did you read about what they actually did to that guy from Italy?
Oh yeah, that guy was like in that house being actively tortured, weren't they? Like electrocuting him and things
Yes,
like
and then he
that.
escaped,
Yeah,
and then found a police officer, and then the guy got arrested, and then Charlie's in the background. I'm like, I understand like why Ariana is telling Hudson not to get wrapped up, because like, listen, even if he was not indicted, but he was just witnessing the torture.
yeah.
I don't like that.
If you're like I think what they were saying about that torture house was that like the guy was tied up to a bed in some room, but like the house was being used for parties and people were coming through. And I wonder if like Charlie was staying over or whatever. But like if you're hanging out, if you're going to parties held by the same douchebags that are torturing someone upstairs, yeah, it's a bad judgment. And I like that when I think this is what you were about to say, when Ariana's kind of like, what's going on? Like, I don't understand. Like, all of a sudden, like Hudson and Charlie are like best friends, and we get a flashback to Kim
Yeah.
telling Hudson, like, you're a target. I don't know if it's all the diamonds, but you're a target. It's like it
And
is the diamonds.
she this is not her first rodeo. She has either done the taking advantage of or been taken advantage of for her cash, which again I love the peeks into our old housewives, not old people, but past housewives on this show.
I know. Well, do you ever want to get a little insight into Charlie's life? Because he can tell us a little bit about his experience with
You
New
know
York
what?
nightlife.
I think we should dive into the life of Charlie and the scamming factory. My relationship, he's like, my relationship with nightlife in New York is definitely like an intimate one. Shut the fuck up, first of all. I grew up here going out from a young age, and we were really young. We would get a group of us. I don't know, we'd be like 15 years old. They wouldn't care about our ideas, and I would drink like a Malibu and orange juice because that's the only thing that I knew to drink. And then I'd get really drunk, and then I would try to finger a girl, but then I didn't know how to do it, and then I would go home. So yeah, I was clubbing. It's like,
By the way,
what?
I do think they didn't care about his ideas either. Not just ideas, but also ideas.
Ideas nor ID. And then we all of a sudden have that meeting with him and Omar, which is, I again, eyes glaze when I hear two straight men saying like, exactly. It's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, it's like they're talking about like setting up some sort of like bar or club or whatever. And Charlie's talking about how he's connected Omar to all these people. They're testing waters out. He's connecting them to like his friends who have bars and clubs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then Charlie's like, just to address like the elephant in my life, which is Georgia. She's like very convinced that we're stealing this idea from her. And then we see Georgia. She's like, I have heard that they're opening a club together and they are taking my idea, the same creative, the same everything, and neither of them came to me and told me. I had to find this out through the gay grapevine, which by the way, this is a very sad day for the gay grapevine where like Charlie and Omar news has to like circulate when there's other fine icons that could be discussed.
Yeah, I'm sure the gay grapevine has a lot better juice to squeeze than some guy named Omar starting some stupid club. But what was George's actual idea that she is saying was stolen? The like bowling element?
Club. Yeah, so she wanted to name something Club, and she wanted it was going to be a brutalist bowling alley, but it would be a club, and you would come in and you would bowl, but it'd be like hard surfaces and things like that. So honestly, I'm gonna say this: it's not a new concept. Like the hipster bowling alley thing has been around for quite a while,
Right.
but it was her little baby. And she's just as mad. She's just mad because she was going to do a club with Omar and now he's doing a club with Charlie. And quite frankly, I think she has every right to be mad.
Oh yeah. But then Charlie's like, it's not a fucking bowling alley. It has absolutely nothing to do with anything. She delusionally thinks that she has creative ownership over it. And then Omar, she's just very upset that we're friends somehow, or at least that we met. And then it's like, no, seriously, it's like serious silver lining, which I don't think makes any sense.
I don't think there's any silver happening between these two. Like,
no, it's not like they
tinfoil,
have
tinfoil
anything.
lining.
Yeah, tinfoil at the very best. But then Omar does give good advice. He says, stay in your own lane and not in my lane, and that's all you know. And then Charlie goes, God bless.
I mean, for people talking about not building a bowling alley, there's certainly a lot of talk about lanes.
Yeah.
So
what are we gonna hit a turkey?
Spare me. So now we go to, speaking of Georgia, now we go to her boyfriend. His name is Prez, Prez. You gotta love the names on the show. Prez. We later on have Hook. It's great. So Georgia and Prez they're walking along, and she has a big announcement. She's like, "Oh my god, I slept from like 10:30 to 10:30. Like I literally like bleached my arms and then like went uptown."
Which, by the way,
Day
I
in the
didn't
life.
fully catch the bleaching of the arms. Is that the arm hair?
I think so.
Tough.
Unless you just
tough.
will want to just
Have bleached
like, is this the
skin.
closest we're gonna get to like a clean hand from Georgia? Is that she's just gonna stick her entire arm into a bucket of bleach?
Yeah, I don't wash my hands. I just bleach them. Okay. But then I love the conversation between Ava and Georgia where Georgia goes, Prez is my new boyfriend, and he's a completely different like ball game. And Ava's like, but isn't he in crypto? No, he is crypto adjacent. He is not in crypto. He is crypto adjacent. I think crypto adjacent is hilarious.
Yeah, I cracked up when she said crypto adjacent. I was like, I don't know if I want to even be adjacent to that.
No,
And
I want to be out of crypto stadium in a different town and across a different border.
Away, far, far away. And so Georgia explains, yeah, he's like building like a betting platform. And it's opinion based. So they run a poll every day, like, is Mom Donnie's wife hot? Like, yes or no? Like, you're kind of like betting on what you think the majority of the opinion is. And they get like a lot of funding from like crypto places because he used to be kind of in crypto. So it's like, okay, it's a crypto fueled business that definitely will not be at risk when the crypto market, which is famously volatile, tanks the next time.
Right, and it's only a place where you can bet on stupid things like the attractive level of a government official, and then we can have people spend their money, most likely from crypto, into a stupid betting website. Oh yeah, crypto adjacent. Sounds great. I'm happy for you, girl.
By the way, any thoughts on is Mom Donnie's wife hot? Do you want to bet? You want to place a bet on it? It's like, hey,
Yeah, I've got
hey,
3
why are you paying
Bitcoins
for
on him.
dinner? Why are you paying for dinner? Oh, I won this bet about whether or not Mom Donnie's wife was hot.
She is.
It turns out she is. Next, I've got $300 riding on Joanne Wally Kilmer. So,
And I'm paying $500 for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's if they're serving salmon or beef.
I wrote in halibut. I don't know. I'm just being wild.
It could yield a big return.
Yeah. I do wonder what today's. I wish I knew what the app was, because I would love to see what today's quiz was or is. So Georgia and Prez, they're now going to a high tea date, and they're sitting at this place, one of these like tea places that's like over the top and kind of like fancy or whatever. And Georgia they're deciding between, I guess, a chair and a couch. And I only bring this up because I just think it's funny, like Georgia navigating between furniture, like pieces of furniture that she wants to sit on.
And I think it's amazing that Prez goes, "Ooh, whichever one you don't want." He's so afraid. He's afraid of her in a way that I find to be weirdly romantic.
I know. Georgia tells us that Prez and I are 1 week apart, same year, 1 week apart, born in the same city. He's a New Yorker, which I think is like very important for me. And she asks if he went to manor school growing up. And he's like, no. Did you go to manor school growing up? She's like, clearly not. It's funny. There's this poll I was just seeing this morning that was like, are people who went to manor school hot or not? I bet $200.
And of course I voted yes.
So I guess that means I'm not hot. Actually, I just realized.
Oh, shit.
She didn't go to manor school. She's not hot.
Right. You're right.
Uh,
but then when George is like, I didn't go to manor school, I raw dog life, and then it goes to a shot last year of Georgia touching the bottom of a shoe and then saying, okay, first of all, being a little bit of a slob is kind of cool. And then she's like, yeah, that's why we're so perfect. You don't wash your hands, I don't wash my hands, I just bleach them.
yeah, I basically sterilized them over an open flame for about 30 seconds. And Prez is like, yeah, I don't wash my hands as much as I used to. And she goes, because of me? He goes, yeah. She goes, oh.
Aww.
And then they touch their dirty hands together.
It's gonna be so sweet when they both go to the hospital for dysentery.
People with dysentery, hot or not, vote here. This is my dysentery body. So now we go to Ava and her manager Andrew that are just walking along, and Ava's like, ugh, oh my god, I think somebody just threw up behind us. It's like, that's very New York. Which it is.
I love
That's
New
fair.
York. So chic. You can just hear someone vomit behind you. I'm just finishing Lena Dunham's book, and did you see there's like a thing about who's the famous Vogue photographer? The photographer.
The guy.
Apparently when Lena Dunham was shooting a photo shoot for Vogue on the Brooklyn Bridge, someone jumped off the bridge behind her. So
No.
I'm just picturing like them. So New York. Like, gee, it's like the darkest stuff ever. Jesus.
Wow. Was it caught on camera? Because that would have been a shot. They say like if a stunt man dies while you're filming a movie, like you should use that shot because it's like they died in vain. You know?
Wow, that's really beautiful. I love how much we can really take the value of the shot over. I just think this is all so dark-sided. It's all so dark.
This is what happens when you introduce Lena Dunham into a recap of NextGen New York City. Lena Dunham, hot or not, vote here. So anyway, Ava's getting ready because she and Riley and Amira are going to be doing an Urban Outfitters holiday campaign. It's gonna be like a holiday party before Halloween. That's very exciting. And they're gonna get ready for this big party. And Ava is saying how Amira has everything figured out because Amira has like a car and she has an apartment. Amira is also paying $16,000 for her apartment, which is crazy.
Insane.
Like, legitimately crazy. And it gets me worried because I know she's doing well with social media, but I worried, like, are you doing that? I mean, can you earn that much money on social media? I guess you can. $16,000.
You can. My husband works in influencer marketing, and I know that the big ones make a ton, but I don't think. I mean, $16,000 a month feels like 0.1% of earners, and it's hard to sustain that. But go off Amira. I mean, she's clearly killing it, but it does not sound fun. Her days sound horrible.
I know. And we see right away, we go to Amira recording one of her videos, and she goes, you guys, I just got home from the gym and I'm about to have a protein shake. I wanted to talk about it with you. Color me intrigued.
I wanted to talk to you about my protein shake. And then she says, a typical day in my life is crazy. Like, I genuinely start most of my days at 5 a.m. and I start filming all of my content, mostly about protein. And then you see her go from work events to the dinners to then repeating it all the next day. I'm like, I know a lot of kids these days want to be influencers, but does that sound fun? Like, I know she has this whole scene about her work-life balance, but that sounds like burnout central.
I know. You know what? I need to hold on 1 second. We need to pause this for 1 second because Ava is about to tell me about her protein shake. So give me about 30 seconds. I need to find out about it and we'll come back to the podcast.
Okay, do that.
You guys want to find out about my protein shake? Okay, here we go.
Let's go live.
I do think it actually sounds really grueling because every now and then I'm like, you know what? I've got a little bit of a following. I'm gonna raise my social media profile. I'm gonna do some more influency things. You know what? I'm gonna post a story every day where I'm gonna show a little bit of my life every single day, and I literally never do it because sometimes the idea of just like getting up and like recording something, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to
It's hard
show
enough
the
to
world.
live life and then to like have to capture every other moment and then rewatch every other moment and then put a caption over it and then click post and then keep living your life and then capture it and then do it again day after day after day after day.
It's hard.
Groundhog Day Central, girl.
It's hard. Like I'm trying to build a name for myself in food and board gaming on the side, and like you really just have to throw yourself out. You have to like really be so shameless. Be like, guys, check it out. Here's some salmon. This is how you cut it. Okay, like and subscribe. This is called a knife. Okay, I love to get them. You can get them anywhere. You know, and then you're like,
It
like,
is shameless.
subscribe.
And unfortunately, the reason why we are not crazy people is because we do have some shame. And
Yeah,
it's hard to break free.
yeah. We now go over to Riley, who we haven't seen all season. She finally returns to the show an episode and a half into the new season. And she's talking about how she does not really text in the group chat that much. So she's like, yeah, I mean, literally the group text went off yesterday and I put down my phone for 5 seconds. There was like 20 messages. I was like, wow, I cannot believe Riley, being as chatty as she always is, does not contribute a lot to the group texts.
And then she's like, people just start liking it. I was like, what is even going on? And I'm like, I can't hear you. Um, and then we see the full text exchange. And it's like, honestly, it does sound like a nightmare if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it's a Love Island text exchange. As someone who's in an active Love Island text group, when those episodes start airing, those text messages fly fast and furious.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Riley's whole thing is that like she took a year off after school. By the way, I feel like after you graduate, if you take a year off after you graduate, that's just a year in your life. You're not taking, if you're not like enrolled in something, you're not taking it off, and you don't have a job, you're not taking it off from anything.
That's vacation.
That's just you living your life and not having a job.
That's a year-long vacation.
But the good news for her is that she is, even though she wants to be a DJ, she's also interested in becoming an entertainment attorney. So she is going to apply to law school at Columbia, which is very impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the direction that she wants to take her life these days, which is exciting.
I actually really appreciated this next scene where Brooks and Riley are talking on the phone, because again, it surprises me when there's like well-adjusted children of housewives, because Brooks being honest about like my brand, I'm like really struggling with my brand, and I feel like you have to be patient because like it doesn't all happen overnight. And then Riley saying, exactly, like you have to be patient. Our parents are doing the best that they ever have like right now, and they're like 30 years older than us, which is actually really good advice. Like I talk about on my podcast a bunch about how like I worry that my career is not where it's supposed to be, or I like compare myself, but like these kids are right. Their parents have been hustling for a very long time and are super rich and obnoxious now, but they were always obnoxious but not always rich, and it takes a while to build this shit. So I give Brooks respect for that. Like you gotta deal with the ebbs and flows.
Yeah, and Riley also having that perspective instead of being a spoiled brat is great. You know,
because they know that they need to hustle and they have to continue to hustle,
or be just volunteer at some like dog and cat shelters and get an espresso machine.
As long as you're posting something, that's all that matters.
Post. Tell us about your protein shake.
Yeah.
So now we have a scene of Amira going out to dinner with her mom. And actually, it was both of her parents. It's a very nice scene. They meet up, and basically, she talks about how her parents they got divorced, but now they're like friends with each other, and they have a really nice relationship. And she's talking to them about having a work-life balance issue, and she works really hard, and it's just hard because a lot of her friends like don't get it. They don't understand that sometimes you have to wake up and tell people about your protein shake in the morning, okay? And that's effort. But her parents are like so lovely and supportive of her. I really appreciate this. They're very kind and nice people. But there's also nothing terribly funny that happens here. It's just like
no, but
their kid.
my thought from this was, even though they don't talk about how Amira is trans, I think that's actually cool if they don't, and that she is like kind of the head bitch in charge. I think
Mhm.
it's so refreshing to have Amira as just like a boss bitch with parents who are like clearly loving her and supportive of her. I'm like, God, this is so nice to see versus, you know, all the other shit that we have to that is going on in the world. And for Amira to be like just a total boss with like nice parents, and she happens to
Yeah,
be trans, I think
accepting.
is incredible.
That's not the headline. That's the best part. It's not the headline.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
it never has been. It's just like they just accept her for exactly for who she is and support her and love her regardless. And that's really the template of how it should be for everyone.
100%.
And one thing that Amira is saying is that it's really hard for her in the city, or it had been hard for her to get to where she is because her last name, Despain, doesn't have any sort of like weight in the city. Like it has no heft. It doesn't mean anything to anyone. However, we then go over to Ava, who is she's like, I have a famous last name. And I can go she is she's having pizza and she's like, living in the shadow of your family and having to deal with your reputation while also trying to make a reputation of your own and build your own brand and have a slice of pizza at the same time, it just sucks. So I'm just really out here hustling, as evidenced by me sitting here having a slice of pizza. I just want that independence. I want my own apartment. I want to be like Amira. The grass is always greener, Eric. It's like that
I
old
was
song.
just thinking that, like, clearly your name is nothing if you don't have. It doesn't matter if you got a big name. You gotta have the goddamn hustle and the drive. And
Yeah.
I think Ava might have it, but if she wants a $16,000 apartment like Amira, then you got to be posting about that protein shake every other hour, girly.
I don't want to tell you what you got to do with your life, but it rhymes with gloating
Break.
shake. So, but Ava's like, it's really hard having a famous last name, but I want to make a name. I want to get out there. I want to be independent. I want to work hard and do what I need to do. And Georgia's like, by the way, I have an apartment for you. And she's like, does that have a doorman? It's like, do you need a doorman? She's like, yeah, I need a doorman. It's like, before I can become independent like Amira, I first need to start at a certain level. So I need a doorman, please. I need to feel safe. She's like, well, he owns like a restaurant down below, which is like a really good sushi restaurant, and he would give you free dinner and stuff. So
And she's like, well, okay, free sushi, safety, which of course the fancy sushi restaurant is probably in the most dangerous part of town. You would be in so much danger. Yeah, and that's you have to weigh between a dragon roll and a life of crime. I think you're okay.
yeah, I think I'm taking the dragon roll. Also, by the way, I don't believe for 1 second that you're always going to be fed free sushi. I think you get one meal, maybe like once every 9 months, and you have to come in crying and look like you're in a rom-com and just like a taxi just drove by in a puddle and splashed you.
Yeah,
And you just
girl,
got
we're in a
dumped. Then you get your
recession.
dragon roll.
That fresh sushi ain't cheap. You'll get one dragon roll per every presidency.
Yeah, you're on a dragon roll stipend.
Yeah.
It's not happening every single time. So now Georgia meets up with her gay Cooper, which we love a gay friend, right?
Yeah, but
Cooper
poor
is
Cooper
wearing-
has to hear her monologue for an hour, and it just keeps cutting to Cooper going, right, right, right. Which
He was ready to have a whole scene. He had like a little. He was wearing like a little like marching band kind of
Oh, yeah.
jacket or like ringmaster. Like it had the little what do you
tassels.
call those tassels?
Yeah, he comes in a full look. Meanwhile, says a half of a syllable.
I know. So George is like, guess what, Cooper? I have tea. She's actually moving out of her boyfriend's apartment. And he's like, oh yeah, well, I have some news about my boyfriend. Anyway, so it kind of makes sense actually, because like I made the mistake of moving in with a partner, as we all know it. Well, my boyfriend told me he doesn't want it. And also like the relationship I was like in like, I think last year everyone, it's just like insane. It's just like, but like, it's just crazy. It's like, so I think that we're going to be going on a break. Anyway, there's like free sushi. And I told her like, you can get free sushi. I know you won't be safe, but you get free sushi. Am I right? Anyway, great seeing you.
Oh, I'm glad we had this chat. We've all had a Georgia in our life, and Georgia's the friend that people say behind her back. She's really great in small doses, and
Yeah.
I, love her every now and again.
I know. She really is. Or her tagline could be, "But enough about me. How are you?" Which happens 35
Yeah.
minutes into the conversation.
100%.
But she is going on and on about Omar and talking about how Omar stole her business idea and was like cozying up to Charlie, and she's just like not happy about it whatsoever. And then meanwhile, we see Charlie and Shy are meeting up to go out to drinks or something like that. And Charlie, just so you know, this street gets 5 out of 5 stars from Charlie, who says, "This is a cool ass street. Great choice, Shy."
Which I think it's by the South Street. It's like Lower Manhattan. I used to be a tour guide, and I would walk people Stone Street. I would walk people down this street, and it is actually quite cute. And there's some great little eateries there. So you know what? It was a good choice.
Shy's great. He picks the best streets.
Yeah.
Stone Street. I mean, what else? Is it related to Eric?
Eric Stone Street? Yeah, I think he is he actually founded it in
It used to be an alley.
17. Yeah, he's a witch.
He's been around all this time. So lots more text messages come through. It's such a very dense show because there's so much information that we have to weed through. But we see Shy, and he's talking about how he says Georgia posted the most blurry photo of her kissing some guy. It's the most Georgia post I've ever seen. And Charlie's like,
God
"Yeah,
bless her. When she's like 45, 50, she's for sure going to be one of those like schizo, like energy healer type ladies, which I think is so mean. But of course, cut to me being like, she's a character actress. He's just saying it in a mean, straight way.
I think it's mean too, because I think it's going to happen when she's 35. So,
Yeah.
Charlie's saying he's like chill with Georgia, but like, I don't know, there's all this stuff with Omar. It's like, I don't know. I don't see why it's that emotionally charged. And then Georgia's telling Cooper, she's like, I love Charlie. I actually fucking loved him and I cared about him. And I have seen him in like moments be caring. Like he let me sleep on his couch for like a month. And that is not nothing. But then like, it's like you have like 7,000 other things that he did that are like so unacceptable. Like I had two clients in the past couple months say our legal team is worried about hiring you because you have associations with Charlie Zakor. Also, we just are not sure about you as a person.
But then she does say, he's like affecting my business. Like nothing's like fallen through yet. But I'm doing all these events to make money, to pay rent. It's very expensive to live here. I don't have parents who are like, here's $250,000, go have fun. Which in a way, I do sort of like the honesty of these people talking about who has the famous parents with money and who doesn't, because that is a quintessential part of living in New York, is who here actually has to pay their rent versus who here has parents doing it.
Yeah, exactly. So then Shy is telling Charlie a story that he went to Georgia, had a bowling party, presumably to drum up hype for a club. And he's like, I always go to everything Georgia puts on. And I had a brand launch party. And then last minute, Georgia was like, oh my God, I'm not feeling well. But then she posted on her stories that night that she was out with friends, which
Tough.
not cool. That's tough.
Not cool. And then Charlie does one of his isms. That's whack. It's like, okay, I'm gonna slide in.
Did she slide? Did she slide out of those plans? Yeah.
Man, that's whack. Now it's like, okay, now that's Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but go off, King.
Yeah. Shy, we got an update on what he does in his life because we never learned last year because he was on for 5 seconds. And he has started a clothing brand. And he's like, my first collection was like 30 shirts. It's like all one of a kind. It's all like upcycled material and like from like flea markets and like from like old grandmas like hoarding stuff. And I'm like taking it off their hands. So if your grandma has any old linens, like send her my way. Like give her my number. You know what I'm saying?
I want to call y'all's grandmas. You got a grandma? I'll hit up your grandma. I'll slide.
Did you like his shirts, Eric?
Ultimately, I did. What I was more questioning of is the business model of, so you're just reselling clothes.
Yeah.
So it's a thrift store.
Yeah. Well, is he reshaping the linens into new shirts?
He's
Because
saying
that's
upcycling, which like it's you know what it again, Shy is such an earnest, sweet soul that I hope that I can, do nothing but support his brand. But
Mhm.
for him to say we only have 30 pieces, so it's like, okay, so you bought 30 shirts and then you try to sell this 30 shirts. Like, I do question sort of what is going on behind the scenes with this
Mm.
brand, but I only cheer for our Shy, and you know that. You know that.
Yeah, we love our Shy, and actually Charlie does have they make some jokes about like, yeah, he's gonna start like releasing some shirts that are only black and have diamonds on them, and that way Hudson will buy them. And they're like, yeah. Charlie goes, dude, that's the move. Make your clothing band specifically curated for Hudson's taste, and they're laughing as if like brands don't already do this.
Right.
I'm like, it's called fashion.
And the joke is that they're like, how can we best fuck over our rich friend Hudson?
Yeah. I know, exactly. How can we extract as much money from Hudson as
Yeah.
possible?
At least they're all being honest with themselves.
Yeah. Let's move on to a new day. It's a new day. It's a new text chat. There's going to be the party is tonight. The holiday party.
Oh yeah, let's get to that
The Urban
party.
Outfitters holiday party, and they're all excited. Brooks and Liam are on FaceTime, and Liam is like, "Hey man, have fun tonight. Let me know if there's any tea that I miss." And Brooks is like, "I'll fill you in on how it goes. Wish you were coming." I mean, I'm working through some challenges right now with my brand and stuff, so it's like hard. And Brooks is saying how he has a resort collection that he's dropping, and it was supposed to drop in June, but now it's October, and it hasn't really dropped. And if anything, it's sort of wound up in Texas, and he needs to be in New York. And doesn't his dad do this stuff? Where's Seth? Where's Seth to help him out?
Yeah, I'm sure Seth is doing a lot of heavy lifting, but I have to say, this conversation where Liam's like trying to brainstorm how they can do it together, it is
It was
speaking
cute.
to my 8th grade self so deeply to what we talked about at the top. I'm like, this is why Liam has me in his little clutches. It's because he wants to help his gay friends resort line, and they're going to
I
rent a
know.
truck from Texas and drive it to New York.
And do you know, like, when you're there and you're, when you do have like the star of when you have like Nathan Detroit, and he is saying to you as ensemble member 13 in Sit Down, You're Rocking the Boat, hey, I'll drive with you from Texas to New York. You're like, oh my God, it's happening. It's happening.
This is the first time ensemble member number 13 has ever been given so much responsibility as sitting up in front with Nathan Detroit. This is, I won't let you down. Like it's so chosen. It's, no one's going to rain on my parade. It's so huge for Brooks.
Yeah. I mean, it's good, old, and reliable.
And then
So,
Brooks goes, sounds like fire school is going really well. You're like a modern day Hannah Montana. What?
This pierced a big hole in the image that Liam was creating for himself. Liam is like seeing himself as like, yeah, I'm a volunteer firefighter. I was like, you're like Hannah Montana. He's like, yeah, I guess I am. Sure.
You're right. Kind of best of both worlds. Sure. I see where I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I wasn't. I mean, party in the USA, I guess. Party in Lake
I
George.
guess, but hop off the plane at Lake George International.
I would
Okay,
say
I guess.
Jay-Z's on the radio, but there's no reception. So yeah, Liam is missing this party because he is learning how to be a volunteer firefighter in Lake George. And he's also talking about, he's like, hey, you ever hear a coyote cry? He's like, what? No. It's like, yeah, it's terrifying. It's like, but I like the escape up here. I have to go up here and I think about everything I regret up here. Listen to coyotes crying.
And then Brooks goes,
Purge yourself of it.
such a like theater gaze is trying to yes and whatever the hell the straight guy is talking
He's
about.
like, I don't know what this guy's talking about.
Right.
I also think like
Yeah.
like anytime you mention coyotes, you're kind of entering fuckboy territory. I think it's just like coyotes are full on. Like any discussion of coyotes is fuckboy, right?
Oh yeah, it's a classic trope of where you have a wolf on your shirt too, and it's like, oh, he's gonna ruin me. Okay.
Yeah. So Georgia is having issues with Shy, it turns out, because Shy is friends with Charlie, and she doesn't really like that. She doesn't like Shy being friends with Charlie because she has a beef with Charlie. So we're learning that there's a burgeoning issue on that front. And then Riley is talking about her relationship with Shy. She sees Shy as like a cute little brother, you know. And Shy tells her, she's like, I mean, I don't want to sound mean, but like I didn't know who you were last year. Like I didn't like know who your mom was. And like I've just never seen the show. I've never watched reality TV. I only watched Survivor.
She's
Do you
like,
think that's
yeah,
true?
clearly. I actually do believe Shy.
Okay.
Do you not?
You know what? I do believe it, but I still sometimes find it crazy that there's a world where people don't watch reality TV.
Oh, I know.
But I know that it is. But I just
you're a
it's
little
crazy
you're
to
a
me.
little inside of it, I would say. You're a little.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't watch a lot of scripted, so I'm like the inverse. I'm like, what? Like
Yeah, and some
Breaking Bad,
people
what?
only watch Love Island and nothing else. Like, it's sort of wild how many different journeys people take. But if I think Shy doesn't watch Real Housewives, he might be lying about not knowing who Candy is. How could you not know Candy? I mean,
I know.
she's an institution.
Yeah, you have to know who Candy is. So there's a lot of texts going around, flying around furiously, diagonal wipes happening left and right. It's like triangles on the screen, text messages, lots of stimulation. And Ariana starts talking about how Hudson's gravitating towards Charlie, and she does not like it. And she says, I assume Charlie's going to be at the urban event tonight, but like, I'm sure Amira invited him. And if he is, like, we're definitely having a conversation. So, now Amira is getting ready, and she's basically saying, you know, I think that Charlie's misunderstood, and the producers want me to invite him to the party. So I'm just going to say that I feel bad for him, and he's going to come to the party tonight.
And then Charlie has actually some self-awareness where he's like, oh, this friend group, I'm no stranger to walking into a room and having someone be upset with me, or, you know, me be the focus of the drama. Like, I don't have any issues with anybody. I think one or two people might be uncomfortable. Like, my biggest fan at the moment, the fact that I'm in headlines, you know, associated with the things I think that people might be uncomfortable with me being there with whatever. Like, I get it. The guy was tortured and I was there. Okay, we get it.
It's like, big deal. I mean, how many of us have been to parties where there's been someone strapped to a bed up top being electrocuted by the ends of a table lamp wire? No big whoop.
We blackmailed him out of Italy. What's the big fucking deal?
So now we go to this event, and they're all saying hi and everything. And Ava is posing with the box of pizza, and she's saying, yes, pizza.
And then Brooks, this was one of my favorites. Is something on fire? Ava goes, oh, I thought it was my hair because that happened to me once, but it's not. No. It's like, you're on fire. Oh my God. That was a good pickup line, Brooks. And then when he goes, yeah. No, but literally it smells like fire. Like, no, so it wasn't a pickup line. It does smell like flame. But then he very smartly gassed her up for a second and then actually
Literally.
asked about the literal issue of flame.
You are like hot like fire, but it's also a fire. You're not on fire, but there may be a fire in the vicinity.
You look good, and should I call 911?
Should I call Liam? He knows how to handle this. Liam's like, I'll be there as soon as possible. Just give me 8 hours. There's traffic on the Taconic.
I'll be here at 2:30 in the morning, so I think we're okay.
Very exciting time because now we meet yet another new cast member. This is Rowan, daughter of Brooke Shields. Tell me,
I
everything.
love her so much, Ben.
Tell me.
I
too.
just think that when your mom is Brooke Shields and then you end up being such a funny character actress as her daughter, I feel so lucky to see her on our screens. Like, she is everything. I think she is a star from the jump. She showed up on screen.
Yeah, and she's like a lot goofier than I'd expect the spawn of Brooke Shields to be. I have no shade against Brooke Shields. I love Brooke Shields. You know, Suddenly Susan, other things that she does. But like Rowan to be such a goofy, you know, rom-com, you know, girl whose umbrella gets inverted by the wind, type. Very happy with
It's
her so
almost
far.
like a little Emma Stonian, would you say?
Yeah, I was just about to say. Yeah.
So likable.
Yeah. So she bursts onto the scene, and the first thing that she does is bite into an undercooked chicken nugget. And there's just like a wave of concern of like, oh my God, it's undercooked. You were literally about to die. You just got on the show, and you were literally going to die on the show so quickly. So she spits it out and everything. And Rowan, she starts telling us about, her life and everything. And she says, I grew up different than most, and I recognize it, but it was never like Brooke Shields is my mom. It was more like my mom is Brooke Shields. Does that make sense?
Which, at first glance it doesn't. But then you digest it for a second and you understand that she is Emma Stonian and you realize it does make sense. She's saying that it's not that she woke up every day and said, "Oh my God, my mom is Brooke Shields." She woke up and said, "My mom is my mom, who happens to be Brooke Shields." And that's why Rowan is so normal, is because her mom never weaponized her fame over her children.
That's exactly right. So Georgia loves Rowan. She's like, you look beautiful. The coat is great. The coat is a good add-on. And what's so funny? I just answered a poll today about, do coats make you look hot? And the answer is yes. Did you know that Mom Donnie's wife wears a coat?
And she actually was voted hot as well. So you're in good company, girl.
Bad news though, they did say that Brooke Shields is no longer hot, which is so mean. I was like, what? That's a crazy thing to say.
And I know I shouldn't have told you that, but
I had to be honest with you.
Because we're friends, and my boyfriend used to not summer with you, but like you know him.
Oh, wait a second. I just looked it up. Brooke Shields is still hot. They say that Brooks, as in the body of water, are not hot. Streams are hot.
And sorry. Brooks are the water is hot, but your jacket is not hot. I'm so sorry, I read it wrong.
Sorry, the polls are changing like minute by minute. It's like a really intense world that we live in.
Yeah, crypto's really volatile. Oh shit, I wasn't supposed to say that.
Oh my God. Have you had Brooks coin yet? It's so good. What about my coin? No, not you. It's body of water Brooks, not you, Brooks.
Okay. My business is really suffering. Okay.
So Rowan says that like she's like, being friends with like Ariana and being friends with Georgia is just like the difference in like night and day, because like Ariana is like very type A and I would say Georgia is like type Y, and Georgia was just like telling me that Prez is like a little upset, like because I keep eating in his, I guess Georgia's eating in his bed and she keeps eating chips in his bed and like filling the bed with potato chips.
Yeah, like Ariana washes her hands, and Georgia just came down with the Black Plague.
Georgia is like, she told me recently that she voted that bubonic plague is hot, and I didn't really know what that meant until she actually got it.
And she got it from the chips in her bed because they were actually pre-war. The chips were from the pre-war apartment.
I don't love that Georgia's eating lots of potato chips in the bed and getting little chip fragments all over the sheets.
I hate it so much.
It's actually terrible.
No.
It's terrible.
But
and she's like, what? You just brush it off.
I have such self-diagnosed OCD about washing hands that I love Georgia's quirkiness, but I cannot co-sign living in New York City and not washing your hands.
Yeah, and like touching the bottom of that shoe. I have a new thing, which is about shoelaces, and I think sometimes we forget how disgusting shoelaces are, because those shoelaces, they touch everything and they soak. They soak in a way that soles don't soak. And so like we may be careful about like not touching the bottom of our shoes, but when we're tying and untying our shoes, we are touching those shoelaces that were marinating in whatever was in the bathroom, whatever was on the sidewalk, whatever was on that sticky floor. And it's terrible.
I agree. Really, and I wash my hands as like too many times. I'm probably overwashing, but I prefer that.
You have to wash because you have to compensate for Georgia. Like if one person's not washing, then the balance of life is that someone has to wash twice.
Well, and like Lisa Rinna wiping down all of her hotel rooms. Like I get it.
Yeah. So Charlie comes in and Georgia is not looking at him, and he clocks this and he's like, it's so ridiculous. It's so dramatic. he's also upset because he thought this was somehow going to be like a sit down formal dinner. I don't know why. I don't know why an Urban Outfitters pre-Halloween holiday launch party speaks to like tasting menu at
3-4 course meal.
But that's what he thought. And he's just like walking around and like no one wants to talk to him or look at him, and he's like kind of feeling sad. Charlie's like a very sad billionaire child right now. Sad when you think about it.
Yeah, poor Charlie. I'm sure he will struggle to find the next person to torture in a Soho loft.
Yeah. So Brooks is saying how like Amira has basically given Charlie an olive branch. He's like, or like not like an olive branch, but like what's like an arm? Like, I don't know, like a finger, like a life float, like something like that. I was like, Gen Z, I am a little concerned for Gen Z.
For their frame of reference for like phrases and sayings.
Yes, exactly. So then Charlie first he tries to talk to Riley, and Riley's like, please don't hug me. Please don't touch me. Please don't talk to me. And Charlie's like, okay, fine. All right, well, I guess this isn't going to work out. So Riley basically shoos him away. And then Charlie is like trying to talk. After Riley, he then sees like Georgia across the way. He's like, can we talk? She's like, no, we're still not talking. No, nothing for me. Bye. Get out of here. Don't need you here. Thank you. I also liked, by the way, when Riley said something about like, you know what? This is like not my circus, not my monkeys. I just don't even care anymore. And Shai was like, did you say not my turkey?
Not my turkey, not my Thanksgiving. Yeah, no, I fear for these Gen Z kids too now, because, and then he goes, oh wait, I just invented that. That's amazing. It's like, well, first of all, you overheard someone you thought say that, so you did not invent that. And second of all, it's actually not a good saying. Not my turkey, not my Thanksgiving. Rolls off the tongue, Shai.
It's very wordy, Shai. That's not an upcycled phrase. So then, meanwhile, over with Gia and Amira and Brooks and Rowan and Riley, Gia's like, guys, did you hear about my drama a little bit? Riley's like, I heard something about it. It sounded boring. Is it as boring as it sounds? She was like, yeah. I mean, it was about my mom unfollowing Ava. Brooks is like, oh God, not this again. As if we didn't sit through all of last season when Brooks belabored Charlie saying something to Chloe over text about like, can't wait to have you come over to my place without your brother or something like that.
Well,
entire season of that.
They do love to. It's me. The joke's on me by saying I love how fast they move past that fight, and now Gia's at the end of this episode bringing back up like Teresa unfollowing Ava Dash.
I know. And Rowan's trying to follow and she just can't. I think she's still like, I think her mind is still thinking about whether or not she's going to die from her undercooked chicken nugget.
Oh, which I would be there too. But I did love how Brooks like checks in with Rowan, where he's like, are you following Rowan? And then she's like, oh, yeah. And she does a full bit about, yeah, totally. Absolutely got it. No, I'm like, this Sophie B is really good. And then all of a sudden Hook walks in, which talk about the name Hook.
I mean, wow. This guy, I mean, he's like, the name Hook is very exciting.
It is, but then the fact that his birth name is Tyler, I find that to be really exciting. Charlie's like, so I was friends with Ava and Tyler, or Hook, and it's like clearly Hook told them before the show, I'm going by Hook now, okay? Don't call me Tyler. My name's not Tyler.
He's like, I did not go to Sybil Friends Academy, okay? My name is Hook and I'm from the streets.
My name is Hook and I am a conceptual journalist. What?
They're like, wait a second, but didn't you go to Cornell? Didn't you major in hotel
management?
And he's like, hotel management. He's like, no. My name's Hook. I was raised in a phone booth, and I'm tough.
I do graffiti. I am living in Red Hook. Okay.
I'm of the streets. I'm pretty gritty. I also am a huge fan of self check-in. It's like, you did do hotel management. No, I mean self. I'd say like checking yourself, like checking yourself.
Yeah, don't check me, boo. you know, who gon' check me? Boo. I'm losing it, Ben.
I'm losing it too because I forgot that this episode was supersized, and it's like it's an episode that is not ending. When I sat there, I watched it. I thought, "Ugh, I love this show," but when you go through it, you're like, wow, it never ends. It's just
Well, like you said, the
one
editing,
tiny
it's like a Shakespearean play.
And now it's just like one little vignette after another. The next vignette is Rowan going up to Shy and saying, do you like this jacket? It's real polar bear. And he goes, no, it's not.
Check the tag. Check the tag. And then he goes, that's not real polar bear. It's Zara, which incredible.
Because he's like holding out the idea that like it could have been polar bear.
He's like, this is Manhattan. This is NextGen NYC. I mean, someone might be wearing real polar bear to the function. But then Shy is me when I was 19, just like always hopeful that he would fall in love because he's like, this is my first time meeting Rowan, and A+. I think I could see myself with Brooke Shields' daughter. I never knew who she was. I did see the Addams Family on Broadway, and I think she might have been in that. But I don't know who she is.
I remember seeing Grease sometime in the mid 90s, and I'm pretty sure I saw her there, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think there was maybe, I don't know, like a documentary about her, but I don't watch that kind of stuff.
I don't know. I have to make sure that this family is a family I want to be associated with, because if they're down to hunt polar bear, I don't know about that.
But anyways, A+, Rowan, I'd like to date her. And then I do like their little cute bit where Shy goes, "Oh, Rowan, I think you lost some of your coat," and there was the little white fluff on the ground, and then Rowan yes-anded that shit, and she did. And then of course Shy goes, "So a boyfriend, girlfriend?" And I think Rowan handled it beautifully. 4 years, and then Shy, that's a long time. Puts me right out of the running. No, I'm kidding. And then Rowan, as of right now, yeah, which I do wonder if that's gonna bite her in the ass, because I think she was just trying to be yes Andy bitsy bootsy girl, but when you're on camera on a show about relationships, that Rowan's boyfriend of 4 years might not love that she said on camera as of right now.
Yeah, she was trying to be bitsy boopy, but it was more like bitsy oopsie.
Exactly. I agree, and I did.
Yeah. So Ariana is a bunch of the kids, basically all the non-straight men have gathered, and they're like, who's inviting Charlie to these parties? What is going on here? Why is he here? And George is like, I mean, it's like crazy. It's like the city has like 8 million people, and like, why does like Hudson have to hang out with Charlie, or why does Omar have to hang out with Charlie? Like, what is Amira? Is Amira the one who's bringing Charlie around? This is all Amira's fault, because they're trying to like also manufacture a feud between Amira and Georgia over a fight from last year about maybe Ozempic, but maybe Amira's boyfriend. So they're all kind of like why do we have this like great perfect like girls and gays circle here? Why are we ruining it with Charlie? This could be the perfect show. Why is he here?
Which I did like the sort of cut to Amira like taking her selfies and being fabulous. I'm like, that is a good little seed for future drama, which is why these producers know what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So then this is when Georgia spots her boyfriend talking. Prez is talking to Charlie, and she's like, get over here. Get over here. Don't you dare. Don't you dare talk to him.
And Georgia goes, Prez is like this cute, like sparkling, unbothered ball of light. And you have Charlie's just like prickly, like dark, like I don't know. I lost the poetry, but he fucking sucks. And I do understand your point, Ben, that she would not want Prez around Charlie for very real reasons. But I don't know. Something tells me that Prez is so afraid of Georgia that he's not going to do anything to hurt that.
Well, the other thing is, what value does Prez have? Is he of a famous family? Does his family have money? Because if he has no money, then she has nothing to worry about. Like if he offers no value to Charlie, like Charlie will discard him immediately. Actually, if anything, Charlie will be friends with Prez only to annoy Georgia.
Right. Which is not beneath Charlie. But Prez allegedly his family was hanging out with the Brooke Shields' family, so
Oh,
um,
that's right. So
so
there's got
there's
to be
got to
money.
be some status there. Yeah.
Unless his like family, yep. Maybe his family, maybe his like dad was on Suddenly Susan, and that's the
Oh,
connection.
full
Wouldn't that be
circle.
great?
I would love that lore.
The Suddenly Susan lore would be just so excellent. So there's like a little speech about like welcome to our brand. Thanks. Ava does a whole thing of like friends are the chosen family and holidays are for family. So we're happy to be spending it with all of our friends. And if you know of a good place that has a doorman, just let me know because family, yay. And now they're done with this party and now they're outside and Charlie's still trying to talk with everyone. Everyone's just like, oh, gross, Charlie. And so Charlie winds up with like Charlie and Ariana talking. And for all of Ariana's bluster about why Charlie is the worst in the world, she has this like sort of lengthy conversation with him that is very friendly. Did you notice? Smiles.
I did, but I couldn't tell if I just have so much respect for Ariana that I'm like, I think Charlie was trying to work his charm over her, but she was actually trying to play into it by just being like, yeah, I'm gonna yes and you a bit, but just don't fuck up my ex-boyfriend who I still actually love. Like I kind of think Ariana still had the power in that scene.
Yeah. I feel like they're worried that Hudson's going to get on hard drugs or something, which I think is like a legitimate fear. Like Charlie is the type to be like, "Hey, bro, you ever try this?" And then it's like an after-school special. But
That's how it happens. Because all Hudson wants is to feel, not to get too therapy about it, but all Hudson wants to feel is like valued and cool and accepted. And then I bet Ariana sees that he could become, Charlie's next colleague in torturing someone.
yeah, which would be not great.
No good.
Would be a very bad image for the chicken empire of his family. So they have this whole talk, and then everyone's like watching around the corner, like, "Ew, why is she talking to him? It's gross."
Brooke is
And
like, I can't.
I can't. And then like Charlie comes over, and Brooks just like runs away. He runs around the corner. He's like, ah! And Ariana, the episode sort of draws to an end. Amazingly, you never thought it was going to happen, but Ariana is basically like, I believe that there is 100% two sides to Charlie. His ego is so big, but he's just like, and he's like a fucking prick. But there's like a side of Charlie that shows you his heart a little bit and like cares, like because like somewhere deep down, he's like a good guy. And we see him turn on his electric water kettle and make himself some tea and look out over New York City, and then be like, "Ow, I fucking burned myself on this." And
I burned the shit out of my mouth trying to sip this shit too. You're even trying to sound Gen Z about your tea sipping.
I know, because the producers were like, "So, do you have any tea, Charlie?" He's like, "Fine," and he like actually makes himself some tea. And like, that wasn't what we meant, Charlie.
Ow! He's like, I tried to slide into this cuppa and got burned up. Fuck.
One of my least favorite words, cuppa.
Yeah,
thank you, Eric, for participating in this lengthy Next Gen recap. It's such a fun show. You are so hilarious. Remind everyone where they can find you.
Thank you for having me, Ben. I'm at Eric Wills on Instagram, EricWillz, and you'll see my podcast, Gay Ass Podcast there, and all my other stuff. And Ben, you're the best, and I adore you.
You're the best. We love you so much. And thanks for being here. Bye, everyone.